Hey guys, what's growing? It's Heather at Bush Poppy Farm. It's a very chilly morning here, around 29, 30 degrees Fahrenheit. And today I'm going to tackle the mess that is my garage. So just like I tried to do some organization at the greenhouse on the farm, this area needs a lot of organization as well. Our garage, like most Californians, doesn't have cars in it. When I first moved here, I thought, why don't people park in their garages? Now I realize it's because they basically become multi-purpose rooms. Most of us don't have basements, and so garages end up being major storage. So for us, it's our gym. We have a squat rack and barbells and free weights and stuff, and my husband and I use them. And we have a rowing machine. It is a bike shed. My husband has multiple bikes. It is a storage for, all the stuff. It's tools. I have this shelf over here and this table full of gardening and farming stuff. We've got boxes of dried flowers. We've got, equipment for the yard and stuff over there. So yeah, it's just packed with stuff, which means that, we'll get it all cleaned up and tidied away. And then within a week or two, it's a disaster again. So today I'm going to tackle the disaster, at least get it looking a little bit better. We've got some stuff. They went snowboarding this past weekend, so stuff is still drying out. I won't be messing with that, but I do have bags of things to be donated that I'm going to get in the car, and then I have the whole gardening area that I really would like to get cleaned up, put away, get things ready for the season. And then, if I still have some time, I'm going to do some work in the yard. Things need to be fertilized, things need to be pruned. Those I think will be separate videos. Pruning blueberries and blackberries. And then I'll be doing a citrus care video. And then also caring and pruning for your fruit trees. And roses as well. So a bunch of basically pruning stuff coming up. When it's the dormant season, in the middle to late winter, is the best time to prune shrubs and things like that, because they are asleep and they won't be actively putting on growth. So in the meantime, I'm going to tackle this garage project and hopefully make some headway. All right, that's a little bit better, at least for this quadrant. I'll talk you through what I had to do. Okay, this white table is actually a sewing table. I've had it since I was in grad school, but I use it now, open the whole thing out and use it for building bouquets and stuff like that. So it's really nice because it can fold up and be out of the way. So I took stuff off the shelf that was no longer good, tossed a bunch of stuff, reorganized where the buckets are. These Tidy Cats buckets are actually excellent for harvesting flowers. So I have 5 of them there. I still need to bleach them and clean them out and get them ready for the season, but I'm not in a hurry to do that right now. I moved all of the dried flowers up there. So yeah, I'll need some extra help to get them down. I mean, I'll have to get a ladder and stuff to get them down, but not a big deal. I don't use those every day. So I wanted to have them out of the way. The stuff that I do use every day is like, hand tools and stuff, bouquet supplies, hydrating solution, all that kind of stuff. And then I found a whole box of narcissus that I never planted. Oh, what a waste. And then these iris, I think they're still gonna be all right. We'll see. These are the black lipstick iris. They're super cool. So I'll probably still get those in the ground. And then my harvesting basket, which right now has seed potatoes in it. It's not time to chit those out yet because I can't put them in the ground right now. The ground is too saturated. They would rot. And then here is a very special thing that was done for me by Two Rabbits Art. I will link her in the description box below. She doesn't have a YouTube channel, but she's got Instagram. She is an artist, and I sent her my logo, and she made me a sign. It's all sealed. I've had it for 2 years and haven't put it up yet. This is the hardware for it. Partly because I don't know where I want to put it up. I think at the farm, maybe on the gate. But I also like the idea of hanging it on the gate here. So that's why it's still sitting here. I'm torn. Maybe I should just get another one made so I have one in each location. Okay. Then I took apart the tool wall, blew everything out because there was all kinds of junk back there. Tried to rehang things so that they made sense. The rower won't stay here all the time. That's just kind of a temporary spot. And that is our pool robot, cleaning robot. But right now our pool is a mud pit. They're gonna come and they flocked it yesterday or Monday. They're gonna come and clean it in a couple days. So then we'll be able to use the pool robot again. This is an old rug that we can't find a place to get rid of it. They won't pick it up because it's too big, and the dump says they won't take it either. So we're not sure what we're gonna do with it. But it is soiled horribly. It's not usable again, and I've tried cleaning it. It's just not happening. So now I'm going to try to tackle, a lot of this is Michael's stuff, so I don't really want to mess with it too much, but I'm going to try to tackle some of the stuff over there, and then also maybe try to straighten up the tools area, because I think I can do that if I can get around all the bikes. Because that's a mess. It's a total mess. It's like impossible to see what you're looking for. So I'm gonna see what I can do about that. But it does feel like a big relief to have at least this section cleaned up, because it's the first thing you see when you come out the door to the garage from the house. And it literally mentally helps the state of mind when it doesn't look like a complete disaster. The other thing I need to do is clean. I have lots and lots of trays and pots that need to get cleaned, but it's so cold right now. The water is so cold. I'm gonna wait for a couple of months, end of February, early March, before I tackle these. But I have, some buckets that need to be cleaned out. I've got pots and trays, and I need these trays. These are important trays. So all of this needs to get cleaned out. I've just got stuff. This is a mess here. So I have things to do there, but it's just a little too cold. I might be able to find some industrial strength rubber gloves that will keep my hands a little bit drier and not freezing. So we'll see, but I'm not in a hurry to do that, but I'd like to clean it up because it's a mess. All right, so like I said, next step, I'm gonna see if I can clean off this wall. At the least, I can get the tables put back over here. These are folding tables that we use for workshops and stuff like that, I can stack them up against, or actually behind the my sewing table, because we won't really be using those anytime soon, and I might be using my fold-out table sooner. Mike sometimes uses it too to hold tools and stuff when he's fixing bikes. So I'm gonna get that done, and then see what I can do about cleaning off those shelves, maybe toss some stuff that we no longer need, try to maximize some space. But before I do that, I need to move all of the snowboards and everything like that, so it's constantly a shuffle game in here. I'm gonna have to clean this lens. It's so dusty. We had a charger put in for both the Rivian and the Tesla on the outside of the house right here. And they had to do a bunch of work up in the walls and stuff. And so there was still drywall and stuff that I needed to clean up. So a little bit better. There's space on the shelves, which is good. All of during the off season, the off snow season, so during the garden season, all of the snowboards are up there on that rack, and so they're up and out of the way. And same with our snowshoes, but because we're still using them right now, this is kind of a mess. They're here. We have our rooftop carrier, which also goes up in these two loops up here. It hangs up there when we're not using it. And then all of the pillows that you see are actually for our outdoor sofas and stuff, and we keep them, even though they are sunbrella fabric, they still get stained and, you know, full of water and stuff, so we keep them out of that, out in the winter time. They stay in here to stay sheltered. So I did get this slightly cleaned up. All the chargers are now arranged. I did some vacuuming to vacuum up all kinds of nasty stuff that was here. This is mostly cleaned up, stuff is put away. I don't know where half of this stuff goes because it's not mine, it's Mike's, and I didn't want to put things somewhere where he couldn't find them. So yeah, I mean, it's better than it was. So hopefully that will help. It'll definitely help me. It'll definitely help me with organization over here for the garden stuff, because now I know where everything is, and I still will have to shift things around anytime I need to get something, but it's better than it was. And some of that stuff will end up going out to the farm. Like most of the harvest buckets will go out there. I'll still need some here for while I have the spring flowers here, but once those are done, pretty much all the harvest buckets will go out there. Like, you know, things will change over the course of the season, but this feels a lot better. Hopefully Mike will be happy with this. Whoops, sorry. There was no sun there. Hopefully Mike will be happy with this because he doesn't usually have a whole lot of time to tackle this. What we would love to do is take the entire garage apart, pull everything out, all the shelves, everything out into the driveway, and reconfigure the entire thing. And we've done that before. That's like a 2-day job. But it wouldn't really change a whole lot. Last time we did that, we got rid of a whole bunch of stuff, and so the stuff that we have now is stuff that we have and that we do use. And so, you know, pulling everything apart isn't really going to do anything other than allow us to deep clean. What we really need is just more storage. We've used the rafters as much as we can. These rafters have all of our Christmas decorations, Halloween decorations, everything that we don't have to get to except seasonally is up there in the rafters. But then everything else is stuff that we use, camping equipment, all that kind of stuff. So there's not really any other place we could put it. And we don't really have any flat spots on our property to put a shed. So this is it until we can come up with a better plan. Anyway, I think that's going to be it for me today. I know that wasn't a very exciting video, but boy, it sure is satisfying to have things put away and, you know, have like blown out the garage and, you know, there's not crap everywhere. Once we get the tub put back up and the snowboard stuff put away, it'll look nice and clean in here, and we'll actually be able to use the gym again, which is good because right now it's a drying rack for all of the all the snowboarded gear, but that's okay. Okay, so I'm gonna go have some lunch and wrap this video up. I will see you guys in the next one, which I think is gonna be blueberry and blackberry pruning. Thanks so much for hanging out with me today. I hope you have a wonderful time in your garden, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.